Hi guys, welcome to Sudeep was, and I hope you people are all doing good. This video is very important for each and every one of you if you want to get good marks in essay. So it is going to give you a comprehensive idea about what essay is, what it takes to write a good essay, what are the common mistakes that the aspirants commit while writing an essay. So if you want to get good marks, please make sure that you watch till the end of the video. Irrespective of you are a fresher or you have written a lot of essay for many years, please make sure that you watch till the end of the video to actually understand the nuances that are actually required to get very good marks in the essay. So let us start off. The first thing that I want to focus are some of the common mistakes why aspirants will not write essay. The first and the most common mistake is the readiness of content. What is the readiness of content? They feel that they have to read up more, they have to build their knowledge base to start writing essay. This is not true, and this is the most common mistake why most of the aspirants, especially freshers, will not start writing essay in the beginning itself. The second group of students who do not write essay is the fear of language. Many students feel that they are not good in their language, especially English. So they don't know how to articulate, they don't know how to express the words that is there in your mind in the paper. So they feel inferior, they don't want to get embarrassed, and hence they do not write an essay. Now, if you don't write, you will not improve your language, but we will get there. But this is the second most common mistake, and that is the fear of language. The third most common mistake is an excuse of evaluation. Many students I have seen tell that after writing an essay, there is no one to evaluate. So what is the point of writing an essay? And with that excuse, they do not write an essay. And that is another most common mistake committed by aspirants. The next is the comparison bias. Many students write an essay. After writing an essay, they will compare their essay with the topper's essay. The moment they compare, they feel that their essay is very inferior, they are very bad, and they disappoint themselves and then stop writing an essay altogether. This is again wrong. This is another common mistake committed by many of the aspirants. And the last one is the brain freeze. Many students take the courage to choose an essay. The moment they choose an essay and sit with it, they are not able to generate points. They feel that they have a very shallow knowledge base. They feel that they don't have much of knowledge or experience to write a good essay, and hence they shut their brain and they shut the exercise of writing more essays. These are some of the common mistakes committed by most of the UPSC aspirants that is leading for them to deprecate themselves of the most scoring paper in the entire UPSC Mains exam, and that is the essay paper. It is the most easiest and the most eloquent way to get good marks in your mains exam, and if you practice, then there is very high certainty for you to at least get 120 to 140 marks easily from the essay paper. So please make sure that you watch till the end of the video to understand how to decipher this and get good marks in the essay, especially in the mains exam. Okay guys, now let us get into the core discussion of how to get good marks in an essay. Now, to get good marks in an essay, two important aspects are very important. The first is the attitude and the second is the approach. Attitude as well as approach both are equally important if you want to get good marks in an essay. Let us try and understand in detail what attitude is with respect to essay writing and how the approach is even more important when it comes to essay writing. Both are equally important, so please watch till the end of the video. Alright, now let us take attitude. If I take the attitude, when we watch many of the students go and write essay, they feel that essay writing is an exercise. That is a wrong attitude. Change that attitude from exercise to an opportunity to express. How you see that as an exercise is completely different as how do you see it as an expression. So that exercise to expression, the change or the shift in the attitude is very important. The moment you feel that it is an opportunity to express, you will feel joyful, you will feel more energetic, and you will feel more adventurous when you are going to write essay. And that excitement is what is very important when you write an essay. It is okay if you write a bad essay, don't worry about it. But your approach towards the essay should always be that you are getting an opportunity to express. So the first thing that you will do is change your attitude from an exercise to express. It is an opportunity to express. The second most important change in attitude is the expectation. Every student who is going to write the essay feels that I have to write the essay that is the best in this country, and that is wrong. Don't have that expectation. That expectation will only build pressure. It will not make you enjoy, it will only build pressure that you have to perform. If you have lower expectation or no expectation, that is the best way to go to write an essay. Have no expectation, just go and write to express. So the first is change from exercise to express, and two, lower the expectation. And the third most important attitudinal change is when you go to write an essay, imagine that you are an author who's writing a book on the particular topic. So when you tell that you are an author writing a book, you feel that you have the command, you feel that you have the grip, and you feel that you have the authority to write on the topic, and you will feel confident enough. So the three important aspects of attitude, especially in your answer writing, the first one is change it from an exercise to an opportunity to express. The second is lower your expectation, and the third is the attitude of an author. You should feel like you are an author, and whatever you write is genuine, is authentic, and to the point, and you should feel that you have the authority to write over the topic. If you have this attitude, you will definitely write a very good essay. Alright guys, now you learned the importance of attitude in essay writing, and I hope that you will make that shift from exercise to expression. This is very, very important, and I hope you will do that shift from today itself. Now, the second aspect is approach. Approach to essay writing is even more important, so listen to it carefully. The first is from where do I choose essay topics? Now, from where do I choose essay topics? You should always bank on UPSC previous year question. In every mains exam, UPSC will give you 8 topics from which you have to choose 2 topics to write. So, if you take the last 10 years, in the last 10 years itself, you will have 80 topics which you can choose and write essays from. So, the first place where you have to choose to write essays is from the UPSC previous year questions, and you can always choose from it and write, because the topics that UPSC gives are very challenging, and at the same time, they are very good and testing as well. So, please choose UPSC topics and keep writing the essay. The second important aspect is structuring the essay. Now, if you take an essay, let us assume that for an essay you have to write 1200 words. So if you write 100 words per page, you will be writing on an average 12 pages. So if you take 12 pages, 1.5 pages should be for introduction, 1.5 pages should be for conclusion, and 9 pages in between should be for the body of the essay. So overall, you should have dedicated 75% of the entire essay for the body, 12.5% for the introduction, 12.5% for the conclusion. So taking the 12 pages, first 1.5 pages should be for introduction. The next 75% that involves 9 pages should be for the body of the essay. The next 1.5 pages should be for the conclusion. This is a rough estimate. You can make changes here and there. That is okay. Broadly, the structure of the essay should be in conformance with whatever I have told you. This is the second aspect. The third important aspect of essay writing is language. Now, the language in the essay writing should be twofold. One, the language must be simple, and the second, the language must be grammatically correct. When I say the language must be simple, writing in simple language is not easy. Writing in simple language is actually very difficult. When you have to write in a very simplistic language, it takes a lot of practice. Remember, how do you know that you're writing in a simple language is when you give your essay to any kid who's studying in school, and that kid can read that essay without the need for seeing the dictionary or without the need for going to Google and searching it, then that means that you're writing with a very simple language. And that is a very, very powerful tool in essay writing. So you have to develop that art of writing in a very simple language. Whatever you write in the essay must be very explicit, it should not be presumptuous, and it should also be very, very simplistic language that even a school kid can understand. The second is grammatically correct. When I say grammatically correct, I don't mean for you to complicate it by using active voice, passive voice, direct speech, indirect speech. No. I mean making sure that you don't make any spelling mistakes, and you don't make sure that you don't make any sentence formation errors. Keep the sentences as simple as possible and don't make any spelling mistakes, and articulate or express in a very simple language what you want to tell. That is more than enough, and that is how you have to keep grammatically correct English when you're writing the essay. So if you can keep conformance with simplicity and grammatically correct sentences with proper spellings, that is more than enough with respect to language. And here many students feel that they do not have that grip over the language, and hence they do not want to write essay. Now this is a trap. Please don't fall for it. Every student will feel that they do not have the grip over the language, but if you want to get the grip over the language, you have to write first. If you don't write, you will not commit mistakes. If you don't commit mistakes, you will not try to correct yourself. So, where you stand with respect to your language comes to you only by writing. The awareness of your weaknesses comes to you only by writing. So, I want you to start writing the essay irrespective of how the language comes in the beginning. It is completely fine. With practice, for several months, your language will keep improving, and it comes to a point where you will be able to write in very simple language exactly what you want to articulate or express to the demands of that essay. And this comes by practice, practice and practice, and for that, the most important aspect is to start writing essay. The next important aspect is time distribution. With respect to time distribution, when you take an essay, you divide the time as follows. Now, one essay should be written in 1.5 hours, that is 90 minutes. In the 90 minutes, the first 15 minutes should be dedicated for brainstorming. So take a rough sheet of paper and whatever topic that you have chosen, whatever that comes to your mind with respect to the topic, write down each and every point. Let it be remotely related also, just write it down. So try to enumerate all the dimensions, all the points, all the personalities, all the facts, whatever that comes to your mind regarding that particular topic, just write everything down. This is in the first 15 minutes that I want you to do. The next 5 minutes, I want you to prioritize whatever you have brainstormed into different structure. That is, the points that you have abstractly written in the brainstorming, now try to give a structure to that. That means, let us say that you have written 20 points. In the 20 points, let us say the 18th and the 20th point can be used in introduction. So bring them to the top. Then the 6th and 7th point can be used for conclusion. So bring it to the bottom. The rest of the points can be used in the body. So arrange those points in the numbering format. For example, let us say within the body, I want to use 9, 10, 13 as the first dimension. Then I want to use 17, 18 and 16 as the third dimension. So you can segregate and create a structure from the brainstormed points that you have in the rough work. Now this 20 minutes gives you the entire picture of what you are going to write in the essay. Alright guys, now just to summarize before we continue, now in the approaches, first you learned from where to choose the essay. The second, you learned how to structure the essay within the 12 pages. The third, you learned the importance of language when you are writing the essay. The fourth is you also learned the importance of brainstorming. Within the brainstorming, you understood that first write all the abstract and random points and then prioritize those points to give it a structure. Now, when you are brainstorming, it is very important for you to have different strategies. If you don't have strategies, you will not be able to dig deeper and give a deeper analysis. Now, what do I mean by digging deeper or deeper analysis means? Let me just illustrate with two different strategies or two different lines of thought. Look at this very carefully. I'm going to take the previous year question of UPSC essay itself and I'm going to teach you how to develop that lines of thought. Now, if you are looking at the screen, you are looking at the essay that was asked in 2024 UPSC Mains exam, and that is, the empires of the future will be the empires of the mind. So this is the essay topic. Now when you take this essay topic, you have to develop lines of thought. There are different ways to develop lines of thought. Now one way to develop lines of thought is the questions approach. What is questions approach? The questions approach means you have to ask different questions for that particular topic that has been asked. Now look at the topic again. If you're looking at the topic at the screen, look at how I'll ask different questions to generate answers. Now, the topic is the empires of the future will be the empires of the mind. For this, we can generate different types of questions to elaborate our essay. What can the questions be is as follows. Look at this. What are empires? Relation between empires and power. What are empires of today? Why will they rule the future? Is it good future or bad future? How can we transform empires into inclusive institutions? How can we transform a mind to a thinking mind? So, if you look at these questions, if you are able to generate answers to these questions, automatically your entire essay is built up on these answers. And that is one approach or strategy or line of thought how you can write a very good essay. So after learning the questions approach towards brainstorming an essay, now let us look at splits approach towards brainstorming an essay. What is splits approach? Splits approach means I will dissect the essay into small parts and then I will club it back again. Now, I will take another UPSC previous year question and try to give you an illustration of how to do this. Now, you are looking at another topic of UPSC essay Mains 2024. And the topic is, there is no path to happiness, happiness is the path. Now, if I have to attach split approach in order to brainstorm this essay, I can take this essay and split into two perspectives. The first perspective is individualistic perspective. The second perspective is societal perspective. Individualistic perspective, if I have to attach and brainstorm in this essay, I can tell that what is happiness? What is happiness different from true happiness? Why do we attach destination to an happiness? And why is there always a path that we are trying to explore to find happiness? See, by exploring all this analysis, we are at an individualistic level, trying to understand the deeper meaning of what this topic is. Now, after analyzing the individualistic level, let us go to the societal level. So, at the societal level, if you want to understand, you can now explore that what is true happiness for a society. The true happiness for a society is social harmony. And to attain social harmony, we have to have a path. And hence, at the societal level, happiness do have a path. Look at this, how individualistic level you are analyzing it differently, how societal level you are analyzing it differently. Both are contrasting, but both are integrating. You are at the end going to interrelate individualistic perspective as well as societal perspective by telling that though both are contrasting, both are necessary and integrating to make sure that true happiness is realized within the world. See, this is called split approach, where I have split and then I have integrated. I will dissect the essay, analyze, and then I will integrate it back. This is called split strategy of brainstorming. So I have given you just two illustrations of how you can brainstorm an essay. First was the questions approach, the second was the split approach. You can use either of it, or you can explore and find different other approaches to brainstorm. But what is very important is, irrespective of you use this approach or you don't use approach at all, it's also fine. Brainstorming is important. You have to make sure that you brainstorm before you write an essay. So make sure that you brainstorm and just write an essay. Initially, you don't have to use any approach. Whatever that comes to your mind, just jot it down, write it, and then prioritize and start writing. So this is the next step to your essay writing. So to sum up to this point, you learned where to choose the essay from. The second, you learned how to structure the essay within the 12 pages. The third is the importance of language when you're writing the essay that comes with practice. The fourth is the importance of brainstorming and prioritizing before you start writing an essay. Now within that brainstorming, you learn two strategies. One is question strategy and the second is split strategy. The next step is to start writing an essay. Now this is where a lot of friction comes. Please don't overthink. You have already brainstormed all the points. You have already prioritized all the points. Writing an essay means you are going to elaborate those brainstormed points into English words. So all the points will be elaboratively written with the help of English, and that is all you will do. Don't try to overthink, don't try to change the priority. Just make sure that after you are brainstormed and prioritized, you are going to work on the language. When you are writing or elaborating the brainstormed points into that particular paper, you are going to not think very much. You are only going to think about the language. How can I make it as simple as possible so that a person reading it can understand it very clearly? And how can I make sure that I don't make any grammatical basic mistakes? So with that in mind, just elaborate and start writing the essay. Now, when you start writing an essay, introduction is a problem for everyone. It will be a problem for you also. It is okay again. There are 4 ways how you can introduce. The most basic way is to define whatever terms you have within the essay. The second is to bring some current affairs context and write that within the introduction. The third is use of anecdotes. Any famous personality and their anecdotes you can use to correlate with the essay. The fourth is to use stories to start the essay, just like how you see in the NCERT textbooks. So these are the 4 different ways how you can introduce. Initially, you don't have to work too much about it. Just introduce in the way that you feel comfortable. As you keep writing and evolving, you will develop better methods in order to introduce as well as in order to conclude. The next thing that I'm going to tell you is very important, because you already have an evaluator sitting right next to you. You have ChatGPT or you have Gemini. You can access them. You can upload the essay in those particular tools and ask them to evaluate, to generate different dimensions other than what you have told, and also to identify the grammatical errors that you have done. With that, you are going to get value additions to your essay topic, as well as you are also going to realize the basic grammatical errors that you have done. So this gives you an ample opportunity to correct yourself, to enrich yourself, and to keep practicing further. So these were some of the important steps for approaching any essay. To finally sum up, 1, you understood where to choose the essay from. The second, you understood how to structure the essay within the 12 pages. The third, you understood the importance of language and to keep it simple. It will take time, but let it take time. The fourth is the importance of brainstorming and prioritizing before you start an essay. The fifth is how to bring deeper analysis. You can use different strategies like the question approach or the split approach. The sixth is start to write an essay irrespective of how it comes. Don't worry about it. The seventh is introduction can be done in 4 dimensions. 1, definition. 2 is anecdotes. 3 is stories. And the 4th is bringing current affairs context to it. And the last is reverse engineering. This is very important for you to course correct yourself as well as enrich yourself. So upload whatever essay that you have written to your artificial intelligence tool like Gemini or ChatGPT and ask them to grammatically identify the errors, as well as ask them how to bring more dimensions, more facts and more perspectives to enrich yourself. So whatever new dimensions or perspectives that you get, make sure that you write down in that notes, and also whatever grammatical errors that you make a note of it so that you don't commit it in the next essay that you are going to write. By doing this, continuously, you are going to be unstoppable when it comes to essay. Finally guys, I hope you understood what is the attitude that you need to have to write a good essay and what is the approach that you need to follow to write a very good essay. Now, I hope that I have done my part and now comes your responsibility. Now, this is the target I give to each and every student that is watching this video, and please make sure that you're sincerely going to follow this target. The target is, in 1 week, you have to at least write 2 essays. If you write 2 essays at least in 1 week, in 1 month you would have written 8 essays, and in 6 months starting from today you would have written 48 essays. If you have written 48 essays and if you have reverse engineered all the 48 essays to understand the grammatical errors that you have committed and to understand the additional dimensions that you could have brought in, imagine in the 6 months the 48 topics will act as your notes and the knowledge base that you can use for your mains exam, not only for your essay but also for your general studies answers. So please, under any circumstances, make sure in the next 6 months, each and every one of you watching this should have completed 48 essays, and if you can do that, no one can stop you from scoring 130 to 150 marks in the essay paper. Now, imagine that the last time cutoff for mains general merit was 729. Out of 729, if you can get 130, that means 130 marks out of 729 is already in your pocket. All you have to get is 600 more marks to just get the interview call in the mains exam. Look at how much edge that you people will have by writing 48 essays, and that means just 2 essays per week. And if you can keep up with this, if you can keep up with the promise, that shows your diligence and commitment, and I hope my students have it in them. Okay guys, with that, we come to the end of the video, and as I keep sincerely requesting all of you, please make sure that you share this video with as many people as possible. The more views that I get, the more incentivized I am to do such videos in a much wider scale with more innovations that can help all the UPSC aspirants across the country. So again, I sincerely request to please like, share, comment and to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support guys. I hope you will enjoy essay writing, and I hope you will see essay as an opportunity to express. I'll see you again guys. Bye.